Hey, Annie and Wendy, what's up, chicks? Chicas? Oh, it's so lovely to see you. I can't believe you're here. Who knew that I'd be coming on at almost a quarter to eight tonight? I've been kind of toying with the idea all day, but didn't think I was going to do it. How are you, Annie and Wendy? Let's just get the ball rolling. So, I really just came on to talk with you guys. I don't have much of like an agenda, so to speak. I want to talk about Kate Middleton, and it ain't pretty. And I want to talk about all that crap with the R&B, P Diddy and R Kelly, and of course I want to talk about Kylie Rodney always, right? Sunset Salty Sage. Hope you're safe from the tornadoes. Yeah, that's why I didn't think I'd be coming on. But then I thought, well, I'll come on and see if we get cut off or not. Because I think there's still tornado watches till like 11. But yeah, it's been a crazy day in this neck of the woods. Dakota Booze. How do you say that? Dakota Boo? Cute. Hello, hello. So please hit your creepy like button if you'd be so kind. And make sure you're still subscribed and share a video of mine if you think you know somebody who'd like my channel. Make sure you have your notification bell on for when I surprise you guys with my lives and such. What's up with the money, money, money? Huh? Or is that just SSS? What? Oh, Sunset Salty Sage. I'm like, what? Social Security? Oh no, they're onto us. Speaking of which, tax deadline's coming up soon. I hope everybody has their taxes done. I'm really lucky because my husband is really good at the taxes, so he does it every year, and he usually gets them done early. It took him a while this year. I think he usually gets them done early because we usually get a big chunk of change back, and so there's that motivation. But I think we had to pay this year, so never fun, never fun. I remember one year we got stung with, oh, I don't know, like $7,000 or something. It was a nightmare. I don't know how we even coughed it up. Anyway, enough about taxes, right? That's always exciting, an exciting topic. I hope you guys are safe from the tornadoes too. And then next week we have the eclipse rolling around, allegedly, except that the shape of the sun is different or something, so it's not quite what they thought it was going to be. I don't know. I don't keep up with NASA. I'm way ahead of them, right? Lady Twitch, hey Jazz, hope everyone is good. Sadly, I have COVID again. Oh no. And Lady Twitch, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your handle. And I'm just wondering if you had a different handle or if you're usually just quiet. But welcome, and I'm so sorry. I had COVID once for just like a day or two, and it was awful. It was a really light case, I think, but it sucked. It was really bad. It was a couple of years ago, and we were going on a vacation to Michigan with three dogs in the car and six of us people in the giant minivan. And I was just like, I can't go. Like, I don't do well in cars, motion sickness. And I had just been feeling like I had COVID. I took the test right before we left. And yeah, I did have COVID. And I went, and it was okay. Like, it was a really mild case, but it was rough. It was really hard to get myself into gear. I was like, I'll just sit on the couch. I'll be fine. You guys have fun without me. But I'm so glad I went because it was to Michigan. It was to the Upper Peninsula. I'd never been up there, you guys, on Lake Superior. Holy crap. If you haven't been to, I think it's called Pictured Rock, it's like a 26-mile stretch. It's like one of the coolest places in the world. And I'd always kind of heard that, but not really. It never really clicked. So I'm glad I didn't miss it. Anyway, I hope you get better quickly. Yikes. Beware, there's spies amongst the chatters, maybe not here. There are always spies, Sunset, but I think that you're right. I think there's a lot more right now. And because I used the K word in my title, they'll probably be rolling in. Nico, are you a troll? Good evening, Xena and Justice Warriors. You're so sweet. Um, so was dying to do a live jazz, wondered where you were today. Oh, hey, Mark. How are you? I am so sorry if I interrupted yours. I saw that you were on as I was coming on, and I was like, oh, do I go jump into Mark's live or do I just come on and do what I was planning? Which, like I said, I don't have a lot like planned, like, as far as like my notes and things printed out to read to you guys. I mean, not that you want me to read things to you, but I usually have like an agenda, like I'm coming on to share this and that and the other thing. I'm really coming on to have a conversation with you guys about what the is going on with Princess Kate, because nobody has seen her since Christmas, you guys. Like, let's get real. Let's be straight. No one has seen her since Christmas. And then the Royal Palace is like, oh, here she is, a picture of the back of her head in a dark car from far away. And then here she is with her mom driving her, and it's the front of her head, but it's super grainy. And yeah, she doesn't have a chauffeur or anything. I mean, yeah, okay, Kate might have a chauffeur, but they're not going to let her mom get in the car with her. If her mom wants to ride around with her, her mom has to drive. There's no chauffeurs for that. Right. I gotcha. Okay. And then we're just going to show her to you sitting on a bench, pre-recorded artificial intelligence. You guys, I felt like such a biatch for throwing shade on that video when it came out, and now I'm like, oh, okay, so it's official. It's a pile of crap, and yet still people will buy it even when it's officially been debunked as artificial intelligence. You guys, like, didn't CNN and NASA and everybody except the Royal Palace. So there you there you go. There you have it. Anyway, what? Message deleted by Ara. What happened here? I got to see what the message is. What happened? Was doing a live jazz, wondered where you were today. That must have been an accident. Ara's here and she's deleting Mark's comments. Oh, too funny. Too funny. I'm going to I thought I had it pinned. I used to be Angel E. Oh, okay, Lady Twitch, thanks. In your presence, hi. I changed name again. It's final now. Hope your puppy is okay. In your presence, is this our dear Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G Honey Badger? Oh, puppy's okay, you guys. I took a selfie of me and puppy to post for you on the community tab, but I haven't done it yet. But yes, puppy went back to puppy 10 years old, but she's a little baby to me. We went back to the vet today. They did remove the drainage tube. It's still very barbaric looking. The cut on her booty, I don't know if I'm going to show you pictures of it until it gets better, because it's bad. It's like this wide, and like I said, I think it's about a dozen stitches. So they had a tube coming out. I guess I can show pictures. What I'll do is I'll put the picture of, since I'm talking about it, I don't like to dangle things like that over people's heads. I'll put the photograph of me and puppy, so it's just like our faces from today, from this morning at the vet. And then behind that picture, I'll put the gross stuff. So, because I know that most people aren't going to look through and see more than just the front photo. But if you're interested, I'll have those up shortly after we're done with the live tonight. So, yeah, the incision was about that wide. It's like kind of on her rear end, like on her thigh, and they had to shave a lot, even up her tail quite a bit. And we still don't have the biopsy results back. So we're still not out of the woods, both as far as the healing and, avoiding infection. And of course, making sure that it's not making sure that it's benign. So that's non-cancerous, hopefully. I keep making jokes with my husband, like, like they removed it all, and if it's uh not cancer, or if we find out it's cancer, then we can treat the not cancer that she doesn't have. I know I'm not doing a good job of joking, because it's not a joking matter. It's not a joking matter with a person, it's not a joking matter with a dog. But back to the point of, I don't trust the royal palace at all. I'm back to thinking the worst possible thoughts of what happened to Kate, and that she's not okay. That she's not okay physically, she's not okay psychologically, that she's just not okay. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think I'm just a YouTube meanie? Because I care about this woman. I've never really cared much about Kate one way or the other until this. Now that I see that something crazy's going on, you guys. Something crazy, in my humble opinion. And I looked over here to see if I had a sign that said, in my humble opinion. I should. I'm going to make that. Okay. Everything I say is just my conspiracy theory, humble opinion, allegedly. It's all for the sake of trying to have a conversation and learn something, figure out, like, am I in left field? Am I paranoid? Is it actually like worst possible case scenario? All the above. I mean, that's usually the answer, in my opinion, is all the above. What else? Anyway, I really appreciate you guys being here, and I want to know what your thoughts are about Princess Kate, because it's been over 90 days, like well over 90 days. And, I haven't paid attention to the poor little boy, Sebastian Rogers, I think is his name, the 15-year-old autistic child from Tennessee. Am I getting that right? I think they did like a presser about him today. I've not paid attention to the case at all because, child abuse, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I caught a little bit about it today. Oh, I watched Christina Randall. One of her most recent videos is about it. So I'll put that link in there. And I thought, well, this will be a good, like, nutshell, kind of get me caught up, as much as I don't want to be caught up. When somebody's missing, it's a really dismal reality. It seems we've learned this with Kylie Rodney. We've learned this with Madeline Soto. We've learned this with many. And it's usually the case, and it's usually the people closest. It's usually the freaking parents. It's usually the freaking husband, boyfriend, significant other. It's gross. It's so freaking gross. And I'm really concerned about the 15-year-old boy. I think he's probably expired completely. And it dawned on me while watching that and thinking about Kylie Rodney, thinking about Sebastian, thinking about anybody missing. And I thought about Kate, and I thought, yeah, the lights are probably out for her too. I don't want to think that. I hope to be proven wrong. Please, please, please prove me wrong. And not with a 2-minute pre-recorded, ridiculous artificial intelligence proof of life crap. If she's okay, let us see her in her hospital bed or up on the balcony or something. Put her in front of us, not from far away, like racing through the freaking market like a gazelle. Come on. Come on. Anyway, back to my people here. Southern Angel. And I heard they agree now antiviral meds are good to end CV, maybe docs. Lady Twitch. I'm in your and Shan's a lot. Oh, cool. Yeah. And I didn't know if Shan was busy. I don't know if she's in the tornado alley too. Arnica cream. Yes. That's what Kate needs. Where are we? You guys got way ahead of me. Thank you for all of the chat. That's exciting. Oh, the Kate Gate. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for being here, you guys. Let me see. Oh, Mark Ara says, sorry for deleting your comment. Okay. My goodness. So much great. Oh, you're funny, you guys. Okay, I'm not going to be able to read everything, but closet fans, I like that. I'm thinking only fans. Yee. Yikes. The doggy is doing well today, Mark, and I'm nervous about the biopsy. I think the vet's nervous about it too. Like they looked it up before they did the quick little procedure and they looked it up after, but it's the results still hadn't come in. But I'm thinking that they're thinking it's not going to be good. G's moved from Mark to you. Hey, Ranch Boss. I've seen Lady Twitch in your presence. I'll be straightforward because you know how I always like to be. The names that I don't recognize are the ones that are all vouching for each other. So I just think that's cute. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just, I just thought I'd share. You just never know, right? I mean, how can we even trust ourselves in this day and age? Seriously. Like I was going to go to yoga tonight and I didn't, but actually that's because the class was canceled. So I probably would have forced myself like I did last night, and that was rough, but it's always enjoyable. Even when it's rough, I just take it easy on myself. Thank you everyone for vouching for me. Ara, look at you, girlfriend. Wendy says, right. Are you talking about Kate Gate? Yeah. So glad to see you all here. My goodness, Dawn, haven't seen you in a while either. Enjoy B. Mrs. G, Ara's asking, I know Mrs. G keeps changing her name. Where's Kate Cuneo as well? Good question, Mr. Mark. Super good question. The Kate Gate. Yes, absolutely. That was definitely not her in that video. Well, Nico, yeah, I mean, it was artificial intelligence, is what I think the authorities, the official authorities of like Getty and all of those have determined. I mean, that seems like what they're saying if you read between the lines. Like they're not coming straight out, but they are shooting it down, and they are saying that it's not up to snuff, which is weird that it took them a while. And then with like the family photograph that they put out on Mother's Day of her, and that weird comment or that weird tweet about like how, oh, I'm really bad at editing, but I was goofing around and oops, sorry. Again, pretending to be Kate, just like, right. Come on. And then nothing. So I feel like what they're doing right now is they're just kicking the can down the road and they're trying to figure out how they're going to clean up this mess. And I'm just so concerned that something explosive happened on December 28th when the ambulance went to where the prince and princess and their kids were vacationing for Christmas, where they were celebrating. I'm so worried that they're going to come out with that she like did herself in naturally, accidentally, left a 3-page letter about how depressed she was about her fake diagnosis and all of the meanies on YouTube or something. I mean, seriously, you guys, like they're just buying time. And if it's what I think it is, then why can't the prince have the freaking cojones to just say, you know what, I'm in love with somebody else. It's over. I'm moving on with my life. Thanks for trying, right? That's what I think it is. I mean, maybe I'm being too honest. I like I said yesterday, I try not to be recklessly honest, but I do want to be brutally honest because I think this situation is ridiculous and we've all been tiptoeing around it. And it's effed up. Deep fake. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I will, Mark. Let's see. I'm going to get caught up. That's cute. All right. But can't you unblock the thing? I think you can, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. It's like way back there anyway. Um, yeah, I figured it was an accident. Was cause me. Many faces of Mrs. G. Annie Ruler. I see her new look on old photographs. I feel I have not spent time on her. Oh, like the old photographs with the eyebrow raised up. That maybe they're. I mean, again, I don't want to be talking smack where it's unnecessary, but it is entirely possible, and it's been done where they will go back and make adjustments in old photographs to cover their trail. Here we go again. IMG. Oh, OMG is probably what you meant. Um, yeah, and I mean, you guys can be totally straight up with me. I mean, I'm happy to invite all differing opinions. I am not going to tolerate trolls. If it's upsetting to you for me to talk like this, I'm fine with you're expressing that and having some dialogue. But if there's going to be like weirdos, then no thanks. Not today, Satan. Not today. Thanks anyway. All full of crazy, not buying anymore. It's one of my favorite quotes from As Good as It Gets, Jack Nicholson. Let's see. I've been told naughty words can make a comment auto delete from YouTube. Well, that's true too, Annie Ruler. I definitely think that that's true. Absolutely. I don't understand why, but YouTube streets have felt strange today. See, I haven't been on YouTube so much. I've watched some videos, but I binge watched Surviving R. Kelly, you guys, season 1. There's 2 more seasons to get caught up on. I don't know that I can do it. It's freaking gross. It's so gross. I mean, I read you that lawsuit yesterday that just about made me want to freaking hurl. And I really appreciated Mark's feedback that he just hopped off. I think he put it in the comment section afterwards. He said, sorry, I had to go. I couldn't take it anymore. And I was glad that you expressed that in the comment section, Mark. I'm really glad that you shared because, yeah, it's freaking gross. I was not even going to read it. After I read the first one on Saturday, and I said in Saturday's video that I would read this other one too, I was like reconsidering and I was thinking, it's so freaking disgusting and it's just not necessary. But then, sometimes I feel like it's good to do that hard work, to pay attention. I mean, these people had to live this. They still have to live it. They still have to live it. These survivors of R. Kelly, holy crap. And you know what? I am so guilty for not paying attention before. I think a lot of it is just the insidiousness of racism that is Black culture. And I just wasn't paying attention. If that was not just Black people, I think it would have gotten more attention from me and from others. And I think it's terrible, but I think it's good to be honest about it. I do think it's good to be honest about it. And they talk about it in the mini series or whatever you want to call it, the documentary. And they, at the end of season 1, I think the last episode, the 6th one, is called Black Girls' Lives Matter. And yes, it's true. I'm going to get caught up with you guys. So yeah, I think the streets of YouTube are strange today. I think things are just getting really strange. I think there's stuff going on with the eclipse. I think there's stuff going on with the Royals. I think there's stuff going on with like the Epstein Island crew, P. Diddy, all that. I mean, what really blew me away learning more about the R. Kelly thing is that he wasn't convicted until last year, you guys. Like that crap drug on and on and on and on. And then is it going to be like Bill Cosby where he gets things overturned down the road anyway? He's already retained the attorney that overturned Cosby's crap. Many titles, one intent. Let's see. My family's got a group chat because of the tornadoes, I think. So hopefully if you see the set flying around, let me know. In case I'm too busy reading your chat to notice the mouse fly or something. Goodness. Yeah, I think that the gaslighting, like again, like that whole freaking thing with Idaho 4, these cases are so freaking stupid. Just straight up stupid. The Idaho 4 case is dumb. I'm just going to say it. Like, yeah, I know it's this, that, and the other. That GG letter I was talking about yesterday, the lack of who got the freaking fellowship at Pullman PD, all of it. Fry, Chief Small Fry. Okay. New hairline, yes, on Kate Middleton. New face, shape, hair color, texture, everything. But what is up with the ugly 9-year-old sweater? It's not ugly. It's a commoner sweater. She's showing what a commoner she is and how relatable she is. Yeah, I look at it like, well, ugly sweaters are in. So Annie Ruler says, Arnica Cream telling you, do you think that Kate's using Arnica Cream? I'm not sure where that's coming from, Annie Ruler, but yeah, it is the bomb. Arnica is the bomb. We've talked about that a few times. Anybody who hasn't caught on to that yet, Google Arnica. Arnica Montana is what it's actually called. And you can get cream, you can get gel, you can get pellets to take orally. Arnica is an amazing miracle healing homeopathic remedy. And let's see. Me Too, Wendy says, yeah, the whole Me Too movement is, I think, what finally took the R. Kelly thing to the next step in the courts. But it's not over. It's not over. I watched that whole first season, and then I jumped to the very last episode of the last season just because I wanted to find out the resolution. And I don't think that it's resolved yet. I think he's in jail for 30 years, but there's still some cases against him that are open. But he's been sentenced to 30 or 31 years. Maybe he's been sentenced to 31 years, but he's already served a year of it. Something like that. Anyway, and all those people go back. I was talking about it yesterday with Aaliyah, the musician that was 15 years old when he married her. And he was, an old man. And he lied and said she was 18 or 19 and had it forged so that he could terminate a pregnancy, that he had gotten her pregnant. And she met him when she was 12. And my goodness, she's just one of many. So she divorced him. It looked like she was engaged to get married when the plane went down. The plane going down reminds me too much of Lady Di's car crash. Like, it's suspicious. That tiny little Cessna jet from the Bahamas, it was flying to Miami, flying to the same airport where P. Diddy was, where his alleged mule was apprehended. And I think that he was interacted with by law enforcement that day, the 25th of this past month, March. And that was the same day that both of the mansions were raided in Miami and in Los Angeles. But doesn't he have 2 mansions in Miami? So were they both raided, both of the Miami mansions? But I think he has a New York mansion too, but that wasn't raided. Anyway, that airport in Miami was where Aaliyah was scheduled to fly to, and she was in the Bahamas. But I think that Diddy flew from that Miami airport south, somewhere in the Bahama area. I don't know if it was a actual Bahamas or where, but they all go back with Jay-Z and Tupac, Biggie, Beyonce. Beyonce's 2 years younger than Aaliyah, but she and Aaliyah knew each other. They were getting famous. Jay-Z was hitting on Aaliyah. Aaliyah was not giving him the time of day. Allegedly. Okay. Okay. I didn't do my whole like disclaimer, did I? I didn't finish up with the all my videos are made for YouTube. It's an entertainment platform. And there's probably some other stuff I forgot to say. Basically, I'm here to have a conversation with you guys. So I'm hoping to learn. I'm hoping to be a source of information. I'm hoping to gather information. Those are my goals. I shared my theories. Did I miss something? And lying about having cancer is not okay. Thanks, Nico. I was saying it a few days ago. Most people in the media that lie about having cancer get put in jail for that, right? I mean, if it's a lie, and why do people lie about it? People lie about it to manipulate. They lie about it to steal, basically to, do a GoFundMe or something like that. I've known of people who've told folks they had cancer in when they were in college just to get attention from their friends or just to prevent their boyfriend from breaking up with them. It's freaking crazy. It's absolutely insane. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Fur babies keep us grounded. It's proven, it's medically proven that our pets keep us happier and healthier. Absolutely 100%. Words to live by, Ranch Boss. Sunset feels dark and heavy, but yeah, it feels like something big is coming. Well, there's been so much craziness. So much craziness. Very heavy and quiet before the storm energy. If everything was legit, they would just produce her. She hasn't been seen since Christmas. Right. And then with Easter and then King Charles showing up, shaking hands with people, like shaking hands with young children when he's not wearing gloves, he's not wearing a mask, and he says he has cancer. Like, you're not going to expose yourself to all those germs, I guess, unless you're not very intelligent or you're ready to check out anyway. But, like, he stayed separate from his family, but then he's like swapping germs with little kids. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. That was not Kate at the farmer's market either. 100% not Kate, in my opinion, Nico. 1000%. I don't think it was her. I don't think it was the back of her head in the car with William, and I don't think it was her in the car with her mom with the frontal. To me, that just didn't even look like her. But again, why the sunglasses? Sunglasses remind me of domestic violence and women hiding their black eyes. So I'm still super concerned that there could have been a very volatile interaction a couple days after Christmas. And that whole thing with Rose Hanbury and the whole thing with the 8-year-old girl. And my goodness, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that it's just a crock, but I think that this whole thing is just a crock. Let's see. I'm missing Michael McAllister. Sorry. Yeah, wrecked in your presence. I thought so. I think are 10, 8, and 5. I think they're 12, 8, and 5, Dakota. Very close, as far as I know. Yes, the chat is skipping everyone's words. What is it? I'm just having trouble keeping up because I usually do my lives during the day, and so not that many people are available to chat. People that are watching are probably busy and not really able to participate. So it's fun having too much chat to keep up with. Let's see. My goodness, I missed so much. How far back am I? Let's see, it's 8:16 right now. It looks like I'm like 16 minutes behind. My goodness. Arnica, you guys, you have so much good chat. I'm so sorry to be missing it, but I don't know what I can do. I guess I just have to like bite the bullet. And in your presence says, I'm true and loyal to Kiely and never wavered once, nor will I ever. I know, Kiely. Kiely. I'm really concerned that the way Princess Kate has been missing blurs any kind of timeline that reminds me of Kiely Rodney's lack of timeline. I'm really concerned that there's a lot more to that story. A lot more to that story. Well, we know for a fact there was no water in her lungs. I think that was the title of Mark's live that he just did. We know that they're not even trying to claim that there was water in her lungs, which Villainess Cupcake, hello, what a cool name. That's funny. It took a while because they were hoping the doubters will forget. Oh, I just trust me, Kate is a good photographer, knows how to edit. She didn't take that picture, Wendy. That's hilarious. No, the picture, the face, they shouldn't have used a picture of her from the cover of Vogue magazine. That was like from the cover of Vogue magazine, because there's no way they can take a picture of her right now, in my opinion. Yeah, the picture of her with the 3 kids, they should not have used a well-known photograph. And no, it definitely wasn't Kate. I agree with you 100%, Wendy. I didn't know that she was a photographer, but also she's not going to send out a little like tweet like that, just all short and sweet, to take the heat off of the publicist. I mean, even if she did edit it and put it out there, it's the job of PR to make sure that things are done right. So the whole thing was just effery. I mean, they're, in my estimation, from what I see and what I gather, they're just panicking and they are just screwing up left and right. And maybe there's people that are part of that inner circle, I just thought of this as I said it, that want to put up a red flag. And that's why they used a well-known photograph from the cover of Vogue magazine, because they're trying to get people's attention to pay attention so that we don't all get duped. It's crazier than crazy. It's just exhausting, isn't it? I hate the gaslighters. I hate it. Okay, I am still 15 minutes behind. So you know what I'm going to do? I hate to do this. I hate to miss all of your wonderful comments, but I just caught it up so that I can be present. I want to be in your presence and be present. Yeah, I was done being called thing. So, Squirrel Love over here. Yeah. And Shan's here. I haven't seen a Shan comment yet since I just jumped 15 minutes or more. Um, let's see. Going back to the beginning because only just jumped in. Paper Songs. I love the name of your handle, and I was so glad that you shared with me the background of that. If you want to share it again for other people in chat, I won't volunteer that information since it's your story. But if you want to type it into chat, I'll try to reread it because it's a cool story. If you want to share, I just thought it was beautiful. I was so glad that I asked, and thank you for sharing. That was a couple months ago, I think. Has anyone seen Sammy after she went to college? Hey, Barb. Yeah, there's been some scammy sightings, like when she was promoting that rave. I don't think I've seen her since promoting the rave. Maybe she disappeared from the rave. That'd be nice. Is that too snotty to say? Oh, she's just such a piece of crap. 29 in chat, meaning we have in the closet fans. Funny. Let's see. That's a Franken photo, Mother's Day photo. I like that word. I've never seen that. But yeah, it absolutely is like a Frankenstein kind of thing. And you would think that they would have done a better job to pull that off. But like I said, maybe the people that did it are trying to send up an SOS to the world. Like, because it's a pile of crap. I mean, if there if there's been harm done to Kate, or even if there's not harm done to her, if she's basically being like controlled, no, that's illegal. It doesn't matter if you're the freaking Royals, just like it doesn't matter if you're P. Diddy or R. Kelly. You can't do that. People have the right to make their own choices and move around freely. It's that simple. It's that simple. And it's important. Absolutely. Squirrels on fire. Justice just got here, Melissa. Nice to see you. Paper Song, Shan, Melissa. Lovely to see everybody. In my opinion, the video was prior to the said date. Interesting in your presence. Yeah, I mean, I think the video has been sliced and diced by all of the experts, and I'm not talking about like the YouTube experts. I'm talking about the real experts, like Getty Photo and Getty Images and the two others, the CNN, help me out, you guys, that they've all said, no, it's not up to snuff. It doesn't meet our standards. They withdrew it. What did they did a kill on it. They made an official kill on the photo. Did they call it a kill shot? There's something. And it really hit me in a nasty way. I was like, I wish they wouldn't call it that, because I fear that that's what's happened to the princess, or that that's what will happen if it hasn't happened already. And then the whole thing with that Spanish reporter that was the one who broke the news, Conchella or something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked at that in a while. Kate is around, I think, but I can check. Are you talking about Kate Cunha? Melissa, are you a local in that area? I haven't checked my email a bit. I have to package shirts tomorrow and then get them mailed out this week, if PO is what you're talking about. Okay, I think I missed what you're responding to there, Shan. And yeah, you have been working so hard on those shirts. My goodness. So amazing. So freaking amazing. It should be there. Melissa, it looks like, sent something to Shan. Likely going on Thursdays. I see you all over. I know, in Paper Songs, I love having you in here. And I know that you used to be quite regular, and then I didn't see you for a while, and it's really nice to see you back. And I appreciate everybody, every one of you, for being here, whether you are in the chat or quiet and lurking, that's fine too. Sometimes I enjoy quiet lurking myself. It's hard to be everywhere, and it's hard to be in two chats at once. I've tried that a couple of times. I don't like it. I do not like it. I'd rather just do one and then catch the other one on the replay. Kate Cunio. Nico asks Melissa, I fear that too, Jazz. Hey, Michael, are we talking about Kate Cunio? Paper Songs. I do try, Melissa, not often on lives, as have a disability kid, but she's happy in Bath right now. Aw. Yes, I can ask if Kate's been around if you want. Oh, goodness. Wow. Yeah. You guys have seen the videos that Upchurch has been putting out about Kiely Rodni's case, right? Are there 3 now, or am I missing 1 or 2? Because the last time I made a video yesterday, I think that I had missed 1 of his. So I think I had seen 2 of the 3. So now I've seen 3 of the 3, but maybe there's another one. And it's interesting. He brings up Kate Cunio in a really Upchurch kind of way. But it really, Upchurch is always on point, and he is pointing out how people in the Riley missing persons case, is that the 22-year-old that was missing in the river in Tennessee, that one of his friends that was crying about him missing looked a lot like Kate Cunha. And of course, Upchurch was drawing the parallel between Kiely and Riley, the names. But I think what he was pointing at the most is how over the top the sadness was that Riley's friend was exhibiting when he was only missing at that point in time. Just like Kylie's friends to be bawling their heads off when she's been missing or lost for 3 days. Goodness. And with the, I know I'm blending all the cases together, you guys. Welcome to my brain. With the Sebastian Rogers case, Christina Randall was saying how her family wanted to play music to see if he would hear it and come to the music. And I was like, what? I've never heard of anybody thinking anything so crazy except Country for Kiely. She'll hear it from the mountains and decide to come out from under the rock that she's been hiding behind. Weird. MC Ultra, MK Ultra never ended. MS mainstream media and social media a part of Project Mockingbird, part of MK Ultra. Yes, squirrels. Thank you. There's a channel that's new to me called Project Paperclip, and that's relating to all of that. So yeah, I've been exposing myself to a lot of channels that I did not know were there that are all about the whole Beyonce, P. Diddy, Usher, Justin Bieber. It just goes on and on. Jay-Z. So many names you can't even list. All this stuff that was new to me with the P. Diddy raids. It's been brewing forever, you guys. It's been brewing for decades, but especially in the last 12 months and especially in the last 3 months. That's what I meant when I have said in the last few lives that I've said that there's no such thing as surprises, that it's not just Truckee that doesn't like surprises. None of this stuff happens by surprise. Like, it might happen by surprise to us when all of a sudden P. Diddy is being raided, but it's not a surprise. It's not. Trust me. It's just a surprise to people that are not on the inside. So, yeah. Creepy. Project Rose. I don't know Project Rose. I gotta check that out. Yeah. New to this. I think I recognize your handle. Nice to see you. Mary here. Oh, is it Mary that you were just Mary in the chat yesterday? Did you just change your handle name? Stredwick. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's good to not use your name. For anybody who doesn't know that, it's really good to not use your name. And I don't think we have anybody except maybe Wendy, but that's probably a fake name, right, Wendy? I mean, people are freaking, you just got to be careful, right? I mean, it's not just social media, it's not just the internet, and it's not new. Always be careful. Be careful. Let's see. Are you trying to prove a point for the last 20 minutes, in my opinion? Me trying to prove which point, please, in your presence? New to this. Oh, you're asking new to this if they're trying to prove a point? I missed that one Ryan Upchurch did about Kate Cunha. Yeah. So I think he's got the 3 videos and then one community post. But yeah, he's been saying some good stuff. And the no water in the lungs, of course. The no water in the lungs was the same thing with Riley, right? And then with Riley's case, that's what he was really hammering away at, is that in Riley's case, the mainstream media is hammering away, like Nancy Grace, that there is no water in Riley's lungs. So there's no way he drowned, right? So why isn't that the same for Kiely? Why isn't mainstream media questioning that about Kylie Rodney? So with all of this P. Diddy stuff and the Epstein stuff, it really makes me wonder, is trafficking at play with the Kylie Rodney case? I mean, trafficking could be at play with a lot of these kids that go missing. Absolutely. It's unreal. And thank goodness it's getting more talked about, because it used to be like crazy conspiracy theory. Like people would act like it couldn't not really be happening. That, anyone who talked about sex trafficking was just nuts. And it's like, no, that stuff's real, too real. Entirely too real. It's just the talking about it that's, it's taboo. It really is. None of us want to think about it. None of us want to talk about it. I mean, people who have been victimized in that way, there's so much shame and stigma. If they're alive, many of them don't survive. Whether they die in a fiery car crash, a fiery airplane, drowned without water, a lot of trafficked individuals do not survive. That's part of the trafficking. It goes past that. And yeah, it's really gross and it's really nuts. Megan needs to go away. This is ridiculous. What's she doing now? I know. I mean, I only pay attention to the Squirrel Squad reflecting on it. So that's all I know. And I did hear her voice in one of Ninja's latest videos, and she's plain effing nuts, knucking futs. She's talking about what, that she didn't do the 9 strikes. Nobody said she did 9 strikes. There were 9 strikes. People know that she's got her little posse, but yeah, she just really loves to muddy the water. And what matters is truth. And what she's trying to do is prevent anything from being clear. So the opposite of truth. Just go to Michael Curry's Twitter. He exposes so much, or simply go to the FBI files and see how much has been forced to be released. MK Ultra, Erickson, JFK, it's all coming out. Right. I mean, the whole thing with like Marilyn Monroe didn't actually self-harm, and that just came out in the last couple of years. I mean, yeah, like, oh, really? She didn't? Like, come on. Oh. Wendy says, LOL, Jazz. Yes. So much is coming out about the CIA. My name is really my name, Jazz. Oh no, Michael, change it. Look, how will we ever be in stealth mode during trip to Truckee? Oh, too funny. Wrecked. And phone and TV are set on, Mary. I am on laptop. New to this. Yes, and Sunset keeps retracting her messages. Melissa says, I think Kylie's mom trafficked her, but the stepdad didn't know. It would be really hard for all those signs to be there and there be no trafficking. Well, just the whole thing of what they did with the lodge, with the men's groups and the men's magazine, that they had a picture of their little tiny adorable girl in a boat all by herself, the little yellow canoe, kayak. I mean, in a men's magazine. When I first found that photograph on the YouTube and found that that's what it was from, I could not believe my eyes, you guys. And I honestly didn't believe that it was Kylie. I thought maybe people were just saying it was Kylie, but that was a photograph of Kylie. Maybe I'll use it for the thumbnail tonight so that anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about can look at it. But it's very symbolic of just how alone and vulnerable any of us can be in this world, especially young women. And it, the isolation of that little girl in that boat, in that photograph, in the water by herself with nothing around, no one around, and the isolation of where she lived. Most of the time, people don't have children in a situation like that. Like raising children out off grid, basically. I mean, the lodge was off grid pretty much, sort of like quasi, but in the winter, I mean, completely inaccessible. They couldn't do school. They couldn't go to the store. They couldn't have visitors. I mean, it would take up to 7 hours to snowshoe in or out, I think, in the really bad weather. Okay, what did I miss? So, and yeah, I don't know, Melissa. I don't trust that freaking stepdad. I can't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, but mm. And just stepdads in general. I mean, just like the evil stepmothers, there's just kind of a detachment that can be very dangerous. I left that comment on Nancy Grace's about she's screaming for Riley, but not Kiely. No water and lungs. Awesome, Mom. First, I'm so glad to catch that message right there. And Ninja too. We all know this stuff goes on. They just want to pretend it doesn't happen. Right. And then when you talk about it, then you get called the crazy conspiracy theorist. And it makes me feel freaking nuts when I'm trying to keep up with this crap, because it's crap. It's absolute crap. And that's their goal, is to discourage you from paying attention. I mean, it makes you sick if you focus on it too much. I mean, you have to counterbalance it with many other healthy things. So a lot of times when you're just working really hard on a case, like let's say the Watts case, how many people have you guys heard talk about when they've worked really hard on learning and researching the Watts case, that they've had some really freaky experiences happen to them? I know Kelly from Watts the Obsession has shared, and Mist and Things has shared. I want to say even the Tilted Lawyer had something like that. I could be wrong about him, but it's it's not uncommon to get into a really unsavory um, state of mind when you're looking at this stuff. Like it's like looking at the Titanic with an S type of stuff. That stuff will make you sick. It's evil, it's dark. You need to be careful. You need to take care of yourself and just, keep your feet on the ground, your head in the sky. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. And we know that. And part of the gaslighting is to seduce you and suck you in. Like, when you look at these figures like P. Diddy and R. Kelly and Travis Scott, I brought him up the other day, they're very blatant about what it is that they're worshiping and what it is that they're promoting. They're very blatant about it. And it's very dark, it's vile, and you just need to keep yourself psychologically protected and spiritually protected. Let's try to stay caught up. Ninja Ghost Warrior, that's a cool one. You couldn't think of a reason to put her Cash App. The snow was ultimately her reason. Yo, couldn't think of a reason to put up her Cash App. The snow was ultimately her reason. I'm confused in your presence. I don't know if you're talking about the actual snow or the metaphorical snow, the rugs with the D. MC Muddle Mouth. That's a good one, Joib. Yeah. Man, she just spins when she's talking. Like, she's like, girl, slow down. Like, you'd think she's going to pass out from not breathing and from spinning like that. it makes me want to pass out just listening, so I try not to listen. I find it more odd that this belted tight blue jeans came off, but his boxers remained on. That and the no water in lungs are huge red flags for me. Right? Absolutely. Yeah, you're talking about the Riley case. And I haven't followed the Riley case much at all. Just like the Sebastian and so many others that I just try not to because I just get so freaking sad. It's so discouraging to see all this evil trash happening. These people getting away with red rum and getting away with SA. I mean, it seems that Diddy's gotten away with both. It seems that for decades, R. Kelly was getting away with at least the SA, but more than likely the red rum too, because those types of control freaks, what do you think they do when people don't do what they want? It's obvious what they do. And, when you are in line to be the king of the world, or you are like the king of Motown, or the king of whatever, and you feel so freaking entitled to these people's minds and bodies and souls. Talk about soul sucking jerks, man. Unbelievable. And we don't want to get anyone else in trouble. Well, who got in trouble? Such a good line, Shan. Absolutely. Yeah. What did I miss up here? I try to see the good in these people, but the more good I try to find, the more bad surfaces. Yep, absolutely. Well, like R. Kelly's a good example. He was severely abused as a child. So you want to have empathy for that child that was abused, but it's impossible to when he has become that same monster that victimized him. I mean, he was so freakishly over the top, and I'm sure these are only the ones that we know of. These are only the ones that are still breathing and the ones that have come forward. There's going to be scads and scads of people that will never come forward, and probably that couldn't even if they wanted to because they're no longer breathing. So while Sammy is taking names to jail. Exactly. Melissa, Lindsay lost me when she got the teens together to flip off the YouTubers some cultish symbol. Who would influence teens like that? And just the cremation, like the quick cremation. Okay, there's no water in her lungs, but we're cremating her before anybody knows anything anyway. Like, to me, that's not even sus AF. That's something to hang your hat on. Big time. Big time. 1000% something to hang your hat on. You don't do that. A real family is going to want answers unless they're trying to hide the information. So that's my opinion. Lady Twitch, I asked that too, Shan, about ninja video. I think you're right, Shannon. The more I look up these men's retreats and stuff around the Druid festivals at Prosser, makes me wonder. There used to be so many images of it. Now there's only one that shows up via DuckDuckGo. Oh, goodness. Right. And see, again, for that, we can thank them. The fact that they're scrubbing this stuff is really good evidence and information. The lack of the evidence and information is really good evidence and information. 100%. Evil is coming to the forefront. Wiped from the Google. Sammy not take anyone's name was a scare tactic and fake news, in my opinion. So, I was thinking about her the last couple of days when she was saying, I know all of your faces. I know all of you. I know all of your faces. We go to school together. When she said that, she was threatening everybody. I see you out there. I see you. I know you. I know your name. I know where you live. I know your family. If you don't play my way, I will come after you. That's what she was saying when she said all those things. We go to school together. I've seen you around. I know you. And she was begging everybody to come talk to her. I know you. Yeah, yeah. Total scare tactic. Piper always comes from his payments, though. Are you talking about like the Pied Piper sunset? Piper always comes from his payments, though. For whom the bell tolls. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. For whom the bell tolls. Metallica. Ugh. Um, can you hear my kids arguing in the hallway? Sorry. I'm just trying to show you that I'm real and that they're real kids. That's all construed. That's all orchestrated. Don't be hating one or scared of getting people in trouble than telling truth or getting justice. I know you love them hairbands. Huh? What hairbands you talking about, Sunset Salty Sage? Sebastian's stepdad hurt him, in my opinion. Mom knows, just like Madeline Soto case, in my opinion. In your presence, I 100% agree with you. The only thing I know about the Sebastian case is from the Christine Randall video, and she showed snippets. Again, the link to her video will be in my description. There's clips of the family interviews, and yeah, they're guilty as sin, in my opinion. The mom's demeanor is way off, but again, there's things about the mom and the dad that remind me of Kiely's mom and stepdad too. Like, yeah, all these MFs are cut from the same cloth, in my opinion. They're all reading from the same playbook. They're all the bad actors. They're all trying. Like the thing with Sebastian's mom and stepdad, like him going off to work and her leaving the house to travel with him. Like, no way in hell are you going to be doing that. Your kid is missing. You're going to have a really hard time working, no matter how much you need the money. And you're certainly not going to leave the house if you're hoping that they might come back, when they hear the music. Right? Exactly, Justice. That fast cremation, I feel Lindsay had a ton to lose. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. And I respect Shan's willingness to give her a lot of leeway. And I think Shan has figured a lot of her shenanigans out in her generosity towards Lindsay. That, yeah, Lindsay was getting played, but she was playing too. So, in my opinion, I'll share my paper songs info in comments. Still catching up here. Oh, good. Well, after I asked, then if you shared it and I missed it, that would have been silly, huh? Yes, Lindsay's GoFundMe and the fundraiser she can attend while her daughter's missing, yet she cannot go out and look for her. Right, but she can go out and look for sushi with your GoFundMe money. I mean, a sushi lunch in Tahoe, that's got to be $100 right there, you guys. Seriously. Seriously. Plus, you're not hungry when you have a missing child. You're going to have trouble eating. You're going to have trouble doing anything. Sleeping, drinking water, just the normal stuff. You're going to have a lot of trouble with that normal stuff. Billy, darling, oh, I'm so glad you came in. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. I always say that instead of it's been a while. It's been a minute. That's from like the NPR radio. That's one of their shows, one of their comedy shows, right? That I always miss on Saturday mornings. It's been a minute. And I love the name of it. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we love Billy, darling. I know I miss being in all the panels with Billy and Shan and Ara. It's been a while since that's happened, it seems like. Life gets busy. We're all doing different stuff. We're trying our best. Let's see. Mom first, always. Thanks, Melissa. Agreed. And regarding Kate Cunyo, there's nothing to see there. She's a nice person from what I understand, so I pay no attention to her. Um, I don't know. Nice person that sleeps with their best friend's boyfriend? Come on, give me a break. I mean, we were all teenagers once, right? But I mean, I never did that to my friends. And I had a friend that did that to me, and we've never been friends since. Let's see. So, yeah, I would not say she's a nice person, but what do I know? I only know my own perspective. So, just sharing. And you got to remember too that she's got that uncle who's the Sacramento County Sheriff, David Cunyo, who would be able to pull a lot of strings for her if there was any kind of trouble with her and her friend crew. Remember, 8 of the kids that were around Kiely at that time, 8, I think, had family that was law enforcement. So we know Sheriff Wu, man, that whole freaking thing with Sheriff Wu and the freaking propensity towards teenage girls. And then a teenage girl, a really, really amazing one, goes missing within 30 days of him getting sworn in as sheriff. What a freaking coinky dink, you guys. This is why you can't have people like that in positions of power. That'd be like having Puff Daddy as your freaking sheriff, which it sounds like they do. Okay. Now my head's going to explode. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So, what else you guys got? Where are we at? We're at an hour and 10. A shortage of an integrity. I love that in your presence. That is some sage words of wisdom right there. A shortage on integrity. So that guy, Cat Williams, has the opposite of a shortage on integrity. And the interviews with Cat Williams, you guys, if you haven't seen this cat, he's cool. He's been speaking the truth on Hollywood and all of these people with the whole P. Diddy fiasco. He's been speaking truth on that for a long time. So the interviews, the one interview that he did with the gentleman wearing like all cream color from head to toe, he has like a female's type of name, like Mr. Kelly. What's his name? He made millions of dollars off that interview with Cat Williams, where Cat's talking about how he has turned down 4 $50 million contracts 4 times to protect his integrity and his, oh my goodness. My thing says that the battery is low. I know it's plugged in. Don't even. I'm going to be wrapping up soon anyway. I can't believe that. Why would it do that? It's plugged in. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe jiggling it fixed it. I'll accidentally hit the off button or something. Anyway, so yeah, the guy who's interviewing him was a professional football player, because he was saying he made more millions off of his one cat interview than he did in a whole year of professional football. So it's a really good interview. I will put a link to that in my description too. What? I half disappeared because moved out of town and kept running out of data. Got new phone plan. Just love for Kiely. Oh, yeah. Moving is such a royal pain, is it not? I moved my studio from one room into the room next door. And yeah, a lot of work. I only did it because my son wanted the other room, and this is his old room. I did not want to do it because I did not want to move. It needed to happen. It's good that it did. But yeah, just moving in the house, one room is bad enough. Moving your whole house, youch. Um, Justice, that never happened. Where did you get Kate slept with Jagger? Well, that was kind of all over the place, Melissa. But it's true that, I mean, I don't know these people, so it could just be rumor. We know why Kiely might have had 17 also for emancipation, like quitting a sorority, sacrificial lamb. That video indicated no such thing in your presence. In my opinion, Jägermeister and Kate not slept together regardless of any videos or rumors. Didn't they admit to dating or something? Didn't they move into the lodge right after this whole thing briefly? I don't know. Not to my knowledge, but yeah, I mean, that could have just been internet rumors, but it kind of like them hanging out together in that interview was sus by itself. Like just the two of them standing next to each other, their body language, all of it. Remember, they both had their hands over their crotches like that, and just the way they were like not really worried. And Jägermeistro's like, "Oh, we'll find her." And just the fact that they're running to Reno to try to find her, and that they're driving the news up to Inspiration Point where they spent time together. I mean, these kids, these people, they all give themselves away. Like all of that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Zav Girl had a video where an anonymous guy called in saying he communicated with Kate. Problem is the communication said nothing about that. Guy refused to show proof of that. Well, that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff from social media. Like, yeah. And again, it could be rumor on social media. But yeah, I missed that whole Zav Girl thing. No goodness, let's not go too far in total speculation. Power to hold nothing but crap in their hands. Shannon Sharp. I don't know who Shannon Sharp is. I don't know either way. His name is Shannon Sharp. Thank you. The guy, the ex-football player that made millions of dollars off that one interview with Cat Williams. Yeah. Interview with Cat Williams was with Shannon Sharp. Thank you, Sunset Salty Sage. And yeah, I'll try to put a link to that interview in the description. Someone tricked Kiely to take her life. I don't know what you mean in your presence. Like somebody tricked her so that they could take her life, or they tricked her into taking her own life. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much effery. The whole story is effery. Like there's no freaking timeline. We don't know anything about that day. We don't know anything about all the like video clips of Kylie's vehicle driving around from traffic cams and from ring doorbell cams. None of that exists. That is evidence right there. The fact that there's none of that evidence, period, in my humble opinion. I'm still speculating money, SEX cult, and they all are lying, period. Right. And then the whole Tony Dodge and his disgusting comment and the things that he said that he's into, the stuff he said in his chat 6 weeks before she went missing. Some sick stuff, you guys. I'm not aware of that. Totally cray cray. Maybe new names should be Old Faithful. Sharp like the pencil. Shannon Sharp. Thank you. Not like Sharpie. Like Yellowstone. LOL. Are you talking about like the TV show? Because yeah, my husband watches that one. He watches all kinds of funny stuff. Hey, Sandra. Nice to see you. Just got to the bit about the men's magazine that Melissa mentioned. I absolutely forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. And why in the world you'd put a photograph of a little adorable blonde girl in a boat by herself? in an ad in a men's magazine to try to lure them to your lodge, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, come on. It's disgusting. Yes, Tony. Tony. One thing we do know is that they tried to cover up what actually happened. Well, that not only that they tried to, but that they did completely cover up what actually happened, 100%. I'm gonna get real mad if all that has truth. Yeah, it's very, very upsetting, to put it mildly. Hey, Drift Away, nice to see you. We're just getting to the end of the video. Unfortunately, we're just an hour and 20 minutes in. And yeah, my idea coming on live tonight was just to converse with you guys about the effery with Kate Middleton, the effery with Kiely Rodni, the effery with what's been going on with the P. Diddy crew for decades. That plane crash that Aaliyah passed away in, is that like 20 years ago? I've been kind of doing a crash course and all that stuff. What year did Aaliyah die? Like I said, she was 2 years older than Beyonce. And she died 2001, August 25th. Redefine contemporary R&B and hip hop. So it's just so sad that R. Kelly got a hold of her, got her in his paws when she was so young, so impressionable. And I don't know that her dying in that plane crash was accidental, you guys. That's my speculation right now. Everybody in that plane crash died. It was 9 people altogether. She was one of 9. Everybody died at the scene except one. It crashed right after it took off, which most plane crashes happen during takeoff or during landing, but not after takeoff. So it was suspicious. And she didn't want to get on the plane. She thought the plane was too small and it made her nervous. She didn't like to fly. And she was texting with her boyfriend. And then she was given some substance and probably carried onto the plane asleep, it seems, from the information that's available. But the plane went down. Everybody died. One of the people that survived the crash died in the hospital like the next day or soon thereafter. So if it was an intentional situation, it just goes to show you how dangerous this kind of thing is. Like, I fully believe Princess Diana was an intentional situation. And how many people passed in that accident? Obviously, the chauffeur and her boyfriend, but were there others? Was it the 3? I mean, when someone's got a price tag on their head, you don't want to be anywhere near them because obviously. And yeah, with what Aaliyah had experienced and the connections that she had in the industry, she was a huge threat to people like R. Kelly. And that was, 25 years ago. The stuff with her happened when she was 15. I think she was 22 when she passed away. She was destroyed by him. He got her pregnant when she was 15. He made her terminate the pregnancy. That's why he married her, was so that he could do that. I mean, a complete control freak. He wanted to destroy the evidence of the pedo. Straight up. I don't even want to say that that's an opinion. I mean, that's just a freaking fact, in my opinion. So these people, man, these control freaks. And it's so often the men trying to control the women. And it's so freaking pervasive and disgusting. And we just can't have it. We just can't have it. Thank goodness times are changing and people are speaking out, and there's a lot of the stigma on the survivors has been lifted. That stigma belongs on the perpetrators and no one else. No one else. Blue ink on medical papers invalidate the report legally, as does the whiteout. Right before 9/11. Sunset Salty Sage, thank you for pointing that out. Aaliyah's plane crashed 2 weeks before 9/11. Wow. I mean, let's just say that none of it was orchestrated. With Aaliyah, it wasn't orchestrated. 9/11 wasn't orchestrated. Let's just say that it wasn't. That still is just good logic to explain why a lot of the effery with Aaliyah was missed. Part of it is because she was a young Black woman, I believe. But a huge part of it is because of the terrorism. And then there was that whole thing with Chandra Levy. Remember when Chandra Levy was missing, the intern in Washington, D.C. from California, and Gary Condit was under investigation? Like, it almost seemed like the 9/11 was a little too convenient for his hiney, in my opinion. That was so freaking heinous. Absolutely. As if planned. Exactly. What else did I miss? Spot on and only fact in the entire case. They null and void Kiely's. Oh, and yeah, I mean, to not have dental records, DNA, medical records, this is whack. Absolute whack. Good question, Billy. Why are they all getting away with it? Do we really want people who committed red rum in positions of power? Unfortunately, if you get in their way, you'll be red rummed, right? I mean, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. 9/11, Jay-Z dropped his album, The Blueprint, on a Monday. At the time, albums dropped on Tuesday. It was sus from the jump. Holy smoke, Sunset. I don't know nothing about this, but it sounds like you're on to something. Yeah, because Jay-Z was huge back then, and Aaliyah had dissed him. He was trying to make moves on her, allegedly, and then he got together with Beyonce right after that, right? Ugh, craziness. Apparently, 30% of Americans want chaos. Interesting. Okay, but the eclipse is also on Sabbath. I not go outside. Uh-huh. Is it? I thought it was on Monday. I thought it was a week from yesterday. I thought it was the 8th. Let's see. Money SEX cults are running the joint. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. April 8th, The Rapture. Escaping Bad is a great movie. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Maybe if I can handle it. I don't know. Yes, Diddy put $1 million hit on Tupac. That case is going to get reopened, it seems like. The very bizarre, suspicious passing of his ex-wife, Kim Porter. She, on the record, on the autopsy, says she passed from pneumonia. A 47-year-old, relatively healthy woman in her home. If she had pneumonia, she would have been in the freaking hospital. Period. She would have been at least visiting the hospital, visiting the doctor, having pneumonia. She didn't just freaking drop dead of pneumonia at 47, but her passing is getting reopened. It says possibly, right? I mean, you have to wait and see. And even when these things get reopened, they don't always get changed, unfortunately. You get your hopes up, you get all excited when things get reopened, and sometimes they get reclosed without a change in the disposition. Let's see. So yeah, Diddy with Tupac and with Biggie, there's a lot there. I was double traumatized. Diddy did what? I know. So he put $1 million hit on Tupac, put a price tag on his head. Allegedly, it seems. I swear these rich people are incessantly trying to off us little folk. Why? Just making our heads spins, just trying to kill us with the confusion. Sean been offing peeps, dude. Yeah, yeah. And it seems that Jay-Z might have offed his own mistress because she was knocked up. When women are knocked up is when they are the most likely to become victimized in domestic violence, and fatally domestic violence. People with money got nothing better to do. If you want a rabbit hole, look up who owned and what happened to building number 7 during 9/11. I've got a rabbit hole, Sunset. But if you want to share Larry Silver or something, Silverman, yeah, there's a lot of interesting theories about 9/11. Really, really disgusting. I mean, what a tragedy that whole thing was, and still is, and will always be. My family has participated every year for over a decade in the 9/11 memorial stair climb to raise money for the families of the fallen and the injured, um, from that devastating, absolutely devastating tragedy. Um, so the karma catching up on Diddy. Politics is distraction. It's literally the rich slowly killing us for profits. Well, Billy, darling, you are a very wise individual. And I don't, I haven't come to that place, but I believe you. I mean, I know that you're a very wise individual. So I'm just not there yet, which, ignorance is bliss, right? But yeah, I mean, there's so much distraction in the world news. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And in your presence says, wait, Billy D, not even profit because they are bored and can. Right, right. It's just for shits and giggles, drift away, basically. Yes, Billy, then bad guys held Diddy do trafficking. Well, and yeah, I mean, Diddy's not the cartel, in my opinion. I mean, the car that tells or the car that doesn't tell. He would be, there'd be somebody above him, and that might not even be Clive. Well, we know Clive Davis is above him, but there's probably somebody above Clive too, right? I mean, that's the way this whole Rico thing, Billy. You and Shan are always talking about the Rico thing. That's what we're dealing with. They making cash. Yo, agree, Tiff. Yeah, never mind eclipse on a Monday. Well, I'm glad I wasn't getting the dates all screwy because, yeah, people have been talking about it a lot. Um, let's see. Where did that go? The diddler, and he's not the only one. The super wealthy, right? I mean, I've always wondered about Zuckerberg being boots on the ground. Where's that Kylie? Right? And then he owns a bunch of property over there in Maui. I mean, oh man, the whole Maui situation. Oh, please keep up with Brush Junkie. She's doing an incredible job. I think her most recent video is the interview with, is what is his name? Clive. um, the former assistant police chief of Maui. I'll put a link to that too. Um, and I need to rewatch that. There was a lot of truth bombs in that interview. There are rugs out there that can make it look like you pass from all sorts of ways. Diddy knows, right? Heart attack and pneumonia, I think, are two of the main ones that you can be poisoned with quite easily in a drink or something you eat, or a poison dart. I know poison darts, that sounds a little like uh, Get Smart, but yeah, poison darts are real. Absolutely. We have a blizzard today till morning. Oh no, designer drugs. Ugh. Blue Cantrell. Yeah, should I look that up? Because it seems like I should know what that is. Um, is that a person, right? And I did want to wrap up. It's nice to keep going with you guys, though. So, what is up with Blue Cantrell? She's gorgeous, 48 years old. Um, Rose to fame in 2001. Huh, interesting. Yeah, so I've seen her in a lot of the research that I've been doing these last few days. And what does Wikipedia have to say about her? She is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, she was the one that Beyonce was in competition with, right? She rose to fame in 2001. So it is interesting. I'm not going to read that, even though I want to, but I want to stay focused on you guys and wrap up. It is interesting that these people that are competitors, when some of the competition is not around anymore, and then some people get a lot of fame and fortune and Grammy awards and such. So that has happened with the females that we've discussed with the R&B. That's also happened with the males that we've discussed with the R&B. So you get the competition out of the way because they're not around anymore. They're not making music anymore because they're not of the living anymore. And then you can win all the awards for yourself, not to mention the babes, right? Crazy, absolutely crazy. But you've got to believe that that's what's going on, because there's no such thing as coincidence in red rums, right? I mean, with Tupac and Biggie, and then all the awards and Grammys going to Jay-Z, Diddy, R. Kelly. I mean, these people, so greedy, so greedy. Sunset says yes, Jazz, but I don't know what that's for. That's at 9:17, 2 minutes ago. So is it? Oh, the blue, looking up blue. Absolutely gorgeous woman. Yeah. 81 in here today. 81 here today. Storm's coming tonight. Blue Cantrell is probably what you're saying yes to. I'm like 81 people in the chat. Now that's going to make me nervous because we don't usually have that many. Let's see. And maybe see if Shan will show what again? Paper Songs. If you want to try to answer that, if you're still here before I wrap it up. Let's see. Stunning. Blue Cantrell is stunning, if that's what you're talking about. I mean, all of these musicians were stunning. Aaliyah, Beyonce, Taylor Swift. I mean, we know that Taylor Swift and Beyonce have been in major competition. And then you got Kanye in there when he was all weird about the Grammys that Taylor won. Okay. Did you see the guy's video? I wish I never went to that party. It's about a Holly Weird party. Hey, seeing red flags. I don't know that I've watched that one, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The men's magazine Pick Weekly. I never saw it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use it for the thumbnail. I have that picture. It's the Kiely in the yellow canoe. Yeah, it's a really beautiful picture, but it's creepy because it was created by Men's Magazine for an ad in their magazine for the lodge. To my knowledge, that was what I had discovered when I first found that long time ago. I was creeped out. So, you guys, thank you so much for coming on to my live tonight. Love you so much. Please keep praying for Coco and lack of anything in her tumor that they removed. So we should get the results for the biopsy in the next couple of days. And if it is benign, then great. If it's not, it's going to be quite a ride. Yeah. And yeah, I think it was called Men's Magazine, Anna Bean. I think that's the name of it. But yeah, it was just one of those photographs that I found when I was doing a lot of deep digging for photographs of Kiely, because photographs of Kiely were hard to come by. They still are. And I still see new ones that people have found in different places. And it's so nice to see more photos of her. What an amazing young woman she was. And, you know, could her music have put her on the radar for perps like Diddy and R. Kelly? And, you know, it's quite possible. It's absolutely entirely possible, in my opinion. Diddy sucks. Can't even think of the song that was good. I know when they started mentioning that Can't Touch This, MC Hammer was in the crew. I'm like, no, not MC Hammer, please. Can't touch this. Leave him alone. Leave MC alone. I hope he's not into all that crap. I mean, not every single one of them are, but you know, freaks of a feather flock together. Predators love power. Don't trust those in power. Just listening, not feeling well. Oh, I'm sorry, Mega Pints. The Shay Shay Show. Cat Williams. Thank you, Mega Pints. That is precisely on the money. I've just been checking so much new stuff out that my brain is kind of melted. And I haven't been taking notes the way I normally do. So thanks for helping me. All right, you guys. Yes, prayers for all. Sending you light, sending you love. And I want to read what Brandy says. It's all just sad, disgusting, sad like a bad horror film being played out in front of our faces. Yeah, it's true, Brandy. I could just cry about it. It's really, really sick. Great live. Oh, thanks, Wendy. And so I think it's called Men's Magazine Paper Songs, to answer that question about the photograph that I'll be using for the thumbnail for this. I believe was targeted for her talent. Seeing red flags. See, I just cooked up that crazy conspiracy theory in my last video. Actually, it just kind of came to me while I was gardening. And I was like, oh, no. Because I know that truth comes to me when I'm gardening. Seriously. It's like I don't even try. I'm just like really in the zone. And then when something comes to my mind, I'm like, oh no. It's probably accurate because I'm gardening. Like that's how it was for me when I swam a lot too. If I thought it while swimming, it was usually spot on, because you just kind of get into that meditative state. You clear your mind and you can see the truth. You're not all gaslit like we so often are. Googled Lost Trail Lodge, Kylie Rodney Men's Magazine Canoe. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah. All right, you guys. On a positive note, the truth is coming out. I mean, what happens in the dark comes to light eventually. It does. So, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Sending you light, sending you love. It's just about 9:30, the 2nd of April. It's Tuesday evening. And I wish for you not to expose yourself to outdoors for 8. Yeah, everybody be really careful with the sun. Like, get those glasses. But I'm curious what you're talking about with not exposing yourself to the outdoors, because a lot of people will be. They'll be outside watching. And is it like dangerous not just for the retinas of your eyes, but for everything? Yeah. Super curious. All right, you guys, peace out, light and love, and thanks again. And don't forget to hit that like button on the way out if you haven't hit it yet, please. Much appreciation. See you soon.